Billionaire thoughts, billionaire dreams. I know niggas who played ball and gave it up for lean.
Millionaire thoughts, billionaire dreams, but my account in overdraft, I'm about to scream.
Rich man greed,
a poor man prayers.
Every man bleeds,
but look how God made us.
Too many losses, it's only right that we win. Yeah, I made a promise I'm never gonna lose again.
Under the Fair Use Act, these videos are for information and educational purposes, and I do not own the rights to any of these videos that are shown. All rights reserved to the original content creators.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy SL550, and this is the Never Gonna Lose Again podcast. Listen, man, we're gonna tap into a few things today. So this Epstein situation is not going away, and you got the victims. I don't know if you call them so-called victims or if they're actual victims. Come out, they have this press conference. You know, not sure if they necessarily exposing anyone in particular or if it's just a publicity stunt. I don't know. But it was a long conference. I believe a lot of people spoke. I seen a clip of it, so I figured we talk about it. So we ain't going to play the whole thing, obviously, because it's a long conference. So what we'll do is we'll just listen to a few of them, see what they got to say, and then we'll talk about it. Obviously, has been having massive shootings, all of these things going on, and Trump, to the point where Trump is talking about actually going to Chicago after the success that he had in D.C. He's looking to move on to Chicago, N.G.L.A, it says New York. Yeah, so basically the residents is basically just tired of everything that's going on. And honestly, they want Trump to come in. But the governor and the mayor, as we went over on the previous podcast the other day, has been they're basically saying don't come. And that they're going to sue Trump if he does and all of this, all goofy stuff. So we're going to go over that. And then the Eagles get their first W. You know, shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles. We get our first W yesterday, man. Listen, we're going to talk about it, man. But it was good. It was a good game. Obviously a rival, so rival games always going to be tough, but I wasn't too happy with their defense, man. We're going to talk about it. Then we're going to end it with the last two streams I've been trying to play PBD when he was on Jubilee. And for whatever reason, they kept knocking me out or whatever. So I'm doing my best to try to, you see in the beginning now, after the intro, I added the whole, basically I don't own rights to some of the videos that I'm playing. Well, I don't own rights to the videos I'm playing. It doesn't matter if it's news or not. I'm just figured I'll put it out there to let it be known because I don't want my stream getting shut down playing certain videos. So we'll see how that go. I don't know why, but it's a little glitchy. I'm gonna try to fix it though. Let's see. Was issue with the connection, but whatever. We gonna keep it rolling. But so let's get into this Epstein, these victims, talk, and let's see what they talking about, man.
Country operates. It's how we will secure this nation's future, and the world is watching. And before I step away, I wanted to add one quick thought. Let's stop calling it an Epstein client list. And let's call it what it actually is. It's Epstein's sex spire list. Thank you.
I'm so proud and honored to be here today. My name is Lisa Phillips, and I am the host of award-winning podcast From Now On, where I interview survivors. In the year 2000, I was taken to Jeffrey Epstein's island while on a photo shoot in the Caribbean. Who I saw and what I experienced there would change me forever.
Hold on, bro. Before I start, bro, I just gotta say, bro, she said 2000. This is 25 years ago. It's a quarter of a century ago. Epstein dead, allegedly. Not here no more. So we haven't seen this list. But allegedly there is one. Maybe these people are on there. I don't know, right? What's crazy to me is how women have the luxury to come out after decades and make claims that is pretty much hearsay, unless there's actual evidence, that these claims that they're making are actually true. You know what I'm saying? So it's like so crazy to me, and listen, the part that really frustrates me about these types of situations, like, R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, you know what I mean? Like, it's the same playbook. And it really fucks it up for, I don't know if they actual victims. All I'm saying is it messes it up. If these aren't real true stories, right? And if they were, why are they waiting 24? That's my thing. Epstein got locked up in 2019. I got to do some research, bro, because I want to see if any of these people were actually came out around when he was locked up, and these allegations and everything were coming out then. Like, so I want to actually see if that's the case, man, because I just think it's crazy. 25 years, and now, and even they had a chance to pull all this out during Joe Biden's administration. This has been a thing for literally years now. This has been a thing, and now you got these women coming out. This is crazy. I don't know. It's just weird.
For months, I had to avoid Jeffrey, but he told me that if I wanted to succeed as a Ford model, he could make it happen. And he was right. He introduced me to Katie Ford and many others in the entertainment business. His grip on the modeling business was undeniable. Not just the Ford family, but Victoria's Secret, Faith Cates, Jean-Luc Brunel, Victoria's Secret. Epstein's reach went to the very top of fashion. He could make a model's career. What I didn't realize then was that once he lured someone like me in, he could also destroy my career if I did not do what he wanted me to do. In New York City, countless young women were abused by him. Everyone in the industry knew, yet he was too powerful to stop. He had friends in all over entertainment and arts, and his value to those friends made him untouchable. But I ask you, why? Who was he to our government that he was allowed to operate openly for decades? Why was he allowed to sponsor visas for young models, using their immigration status as leverage to abuse them and silence them?
Yo, let me know. Is it going in and out on your end? Oh, okay. All right. Got it.
Epstein was not just a serial predator. Right. He was an international human trafficker. And many around him knew this. Many participated, and many profited. And yet he was protected. I know what it's like to be trafficked to others. And I know that the files contain the names of powerful men who have been shielded because of their fame or their fortune. For myself, but for every woman who has been silenced, exploited, and dismissed.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we are not asking for pity. We are demanding accountability.
Yeah, yeah.
Congress must choose. Will you continue to protect predators, or will you finally protect survivors?
Right.
Transparency is justice. Release the files, end the secrecy, and stand with us in declaring that no one, no billionaires, no politicians, not world leaders, is above the law. And let me announce now, several of us Epstein survivors have been discussing creating our own list of names. We know the names. Many of us were abused by them. Now together as survivors, we will confidentially compile the names we all know were regularly in the Epstein world. And it will be done by survivors and for survivors. No one else is involved. Stay tuned for more details on that. Because history is watching, and so are the women who will come after us.
That's right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I guess the goal is for the people, but yeah. So this is interesting. But he's not here, so it's like, what's the goal? I'm like thinking in my mind, like, what's the goal of all this? It's just I don't know. It's so weird, bro. 25 years. And then another thing that I'm peeping is that, you know, this is all things that they wrote. I think, like, if these situations happen, it would just be a vivid memory that just is part of your story, and you wouldn't need to have to write down the fact that you got an award-winning podcast. And I don't know. It's going to be crazy, though. So she mentioned a few names, but they said they got names. So, like, why not put the names out there now? Like, what's the big deal about these names? Like, everybody is mentioning this list and these people, these names, but nobody is saying the actual names. Like, I'm hearing that.
If that's not bravery, I do not know what is. Okay, we're bringing up another group of women. Ashley, Danny, Jess, Haley, and Wendy. Come on up. Here we go.
Okay. Well, this will be. So my name is Ashley Rubright, and I am a survivor of Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. Some things I want to say. To any survivors out there who feel like they don't matter, it doesn't matter if you went once or countless times. We were groomed, we were manipulated, and we were taken advantage of.
Yep.
First have been suffocated by speculation. We've been mocked, we've been doubted, we've been re-traumatized, while those responsible hide in secrecy. Why don't we deserve justice? This is not partisan. However, this is very political, as the only path to justice is through our political system. And this is about justice. This is about accountability. This is about protecting the innocence of our children and honoring the dignity of survivors. Everywhere we turn, the story follows us. It's in headlines, jokes, music, grocery store checkout lines, random conversations that you hear people having in restaurants. For more than 20 years, we've been unable to escape it. And every time new promises are made, our sparks of hope are lit, only to be extinguished again. We are tired. However, we are not going away.
That's right. That's right.
We will not stop or give up, and we will be on the front lines of this battle. We are no longer scared. And let's be clear, there were so many enabling adults. Those enablers actively turned a blind eye, and they are the greatest danger.
Yes.
And you know who you are.
Who are they?
As do we. You allowed us to be abused for a fat check and a cushy life, which you still have. And to those in power, hear us clearly. Do your job. Release what needs to be released.
Yes.
And hold those responsible accountable.
So the victims in this whole thing don't care if I'm assuming they're putting their names out there who made claims saying that they're a victim in this situation and was taken advantage of. And they keep saying that they have names. You know who you are. Who are they? Like, I think that's the most aggravating part about all of this. At least for me it is. Because it's like, yo, if there are some people like that, who was that lawyer? Who got it? He cleared his name, basically, with evidence, proving that, you know, he wasn't like, obviously he was associated with Jeffrey Epstein to a degree. But when it came to like the allegation, he refuted it with evidence. So even if there's people in there, including Donald Trump, but I've even seen videos of the victims sitting down with, I think it was CNN or one of them, and they asked the question about, did Donald Trump, have you seen Donald Trump do anything that, you know, was basically, you know, on some weirdo shit? And they all said no. So if they're saying that, like, I don't know, it's definitely weird. I don't know why why the connection is like keep going up and down. It's weird. But yeah, so it's like, it's so, I don't know, let's play a little more.
Survivors. Sorry.
Thank you.
Survivors deserve peace. Survivors deserve truth. Survivors deserve justice. And to my fellow survivors, your voice matters, your story matters, and you matter. Together we are louder than the silence. Together we will not stop until justice is done.
Good afternoon.
Okay, cool.
Wow, a lot of people showed out for us today.
That's right.
I wasn't expecting all this support. What an incredible feeling, and thank you for everybody for being here. I'm going to try to make this as quick so the other girls don't have to be crunching for time. My name is Haley Robson. I came out in 2019 on the documentary Filthy Rich. I have been very focused on bringing more awareness to all of the survivors. I am so proud to stand with them. I am so proud to be up here to support them because they deserve all the love and support. And I just want to say to the women who chose this moment to come out for the very first time about your abuse, I cannot think of a more important, greater purpose in life than to stand in solidarity when time is against us, when the politicians have made us an enemy, when the world is watching and everybody is hoping for some type of result. Thank you for choosing this moment for the first time to be so brave, to come out and stand in solidarity. I prayed for a moment. I prayed for this moment where God would fill us with reinforcements. I want to acknowledge all the women, unfortunately, that couldn't be here today, because I think that is the only list of real great importance, and we should never forget the voices that were not only silenced, but that are not here today, and we should never forget the sacrifices that they made.
Do one more thing. Yeah, it should be good now. All right. All right, we lit, man. We lit. My bad. That was my fault. I had the wrong Wi-Fi on. I had my extender on. I shouldn't have. That's my fault though.
See, this one moment we have all came together to unite. And for our government and for the politicians who have taken our trauma and have weaponized it against us, making it unbearable, making it unlivable, making it hard to move on in a life that we wish to live in happiness and joy and peace and injustice that can only come from within at this point. And we have gotten to this.
Like the one thing I can respect about her, at least, is that she's not reading from a paper. Like this is like I believe she was a victim. And I'm not saying just because like the other one, I'm just saying like if this is your story, if this is something you've been through, you don't need to write it down. You went through it. You know what I'm saying? So you already have all of these, and then it's years later. So you done probably been on shows, podcasts, all of these different things talking about this. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to put words on the paper to try to convince people that this traumatic situation has happened to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, I don't know. I just pay attention to little details like that because it's important, you know? And then like the one girl adding in there that she has a podcast, and I know it was related to the victims and them telling their stories or whatever the case may be, but like the way she put it, like I got an award-winning, like she wants people to go check her podcast out because it's an award-winning podcast. Like, I don't know. I don't know, bro. This shit weird. It's weird though.
Shame on you.
I just want to know, my thing is, what's the names of the people that you're trying to hold accountable? And then he's not here. He's dead. So what's the end goal of this? I don't know. The only thing really is people that were involved. So if you got names, why aren't you saying the names? Why are you holding back? Why are you saying stuff like, you know who you are? If you know that somebody did something, you're not worrying about defamation. You're not worrying about that because what you're saying is true. What you're saying is factual. So, and you want these people to, you know, to be held accountable. So why aren't you saying the names? That's just my
shame on
why?
You for using our trauma to weaponize this moment. We are not going to be fooled by your trickery. We are not going to be fooled by the lies, by the conspiracy theories. We are the.
It just seemed like attention to me. It just seemed we want attention. We used to get it a lot when we were younger. We were models. We were this. We were that. You know, I was in Hollywood, and now I'm not getting it. This is my moment to get back into the spotlight and get some money doing podcasts and interviews and things like that. Like this is
keys to this situation. We have the truth.
Maybe I'm being insensitive, and I apologize if I am.
The government knows the truth. You may pull the wool over the sheep's eyes, but we are the keys. We know who was involved. We know the game. We know the players. And we are sitting here for 20 years waiting for you to get up and do something. Well, guess what? Your time is up, and now we're doing it.
How do you follow that? Hello, everybody. My My name is Wendy Pasante, and I was abused by Jeffrey Epstein when I was 14 years old. I'm not here to relive what happened. I'm here to be counted and to make sure others are counted too. I once believed my silence was strength. Hold it together. Don't draw attention. Today I know that strength sounds like my voice. It sounds like everybody's voice is up here. Silence only protects predators, not children. People ask, what about the victims? We're here. We're here today, and there's more of us. I stand with many who are still finding their words. I live in a world where being understood is a struggle, where people in power would rather sweep us under the rug in hopes that we'll go away. We won't. Being a survivor is not a headline. It's our life. We have to live it. It's panic in a grocery store. It's smiling at work while my hands tremble. It's waking up at 3 a.m. with my heart racing and not knowing why. It's living with PTSD, anxiety, and depression, and your nervous system's on guard at all times, even in the safest room around the safest people. Healing isn't tidy. It's therapy. It's wait lists. It's trying a medication and trying again, over and over, for years. It's setting boundaries with some people who won't understand. Survival isn't weakness, it's wisdom we've earned. If you are a survivor hearing me, your voice is never too late, too much, or too little. If all you could do was show up today, you're already trying to make a difference. You do not owe anyone your story. You are owed safety, care, and belief. Your breath is proof that harm does not get the last word. I'm not asking anyone to take a...
Ain't that what people want, though? Like, you're saying we don't owe the story. Like, but that's what people want. People want to hear the story. People want to know the things that went on. People want to know who was there, who was involved. Like, that's what people want to know. That's part of the story. Like, for real, nobody really, like, wants to hear you know, I don't know, bro. I don't know. This shit weird.
Political side. I really don't even follow a lot of politics.
It's kind of making me mad because
none of them are saying... I'm asking you to take a stand.
None of them are saying... Everybody's saying the same thing. I was abused by Jeffrey Epstein. I was taken advantage of by Ghislaine Maxwell. But nobody's getting put on blast. You know, everybody that people assume was involved in these situations, like, why ain't their names being brought up? I don't know. I really, you know, I'm kind of done with this video because it's all going to be the same thing, you know? And listen, I don't want to be, like, I don't want to be rude. I'm just saying, like, if you're not going to put the story out there, if you're not going to tell people, you know, why, like, how you're a victim and the reason why, and then who was involved also in this situation, because that's really what people care about. People want to know who was involved. Was Trump involved? Was the Clintons involved? Was, like, who was the politicians? Who was the movie stars or whoever? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who was on the island? You know what I'm saying? Like, my whole thing is that's what people want to know. That like is following this whole Jeffrey Epstein thing. Like, people are really, like, involved with this whole story. And, like, now you got these women coming back out because they've came out before, they said, and they're coming back out, and, like, I'm assuming, like, you're trying to tell the story and you're trying to let people know, like, this is a real thing and these are the people that were involved. So it's like, who was it? I'm curious. Now I want to know. I want to know. You got, that was what, four, probably out of, it was a 2-hour video. It was a 2-hour conference, so it's probably, no cat, probably was like 50 women who spoke. I don't know if I don't know. It could have been men too. I'm not sure. Could have been men too. So, yeah, man, I don't know, bro. It's weird. But shout out to them, man. You know, because it's definitely nothing to play with, man. And I'm not saying like, oh, I hope they're victims. I'm just saying they're victims. I hope what they're saying is real. You know what I'm saying? Because there's real women and even men out there who have really real trauma, really been through shit and ain't, you know, ain't speaking on it. You know what I'm saying? They ain't speaking on it, or they're trying, but it ain't getting nowhere. But there's real victims out there. And this kind of, you know, fucks it up. If it's not true, if these things aren't true, it fucks it up for like real victims, man. But anyway, let's get on to this next this is Brandon Lehman. If y'all aren't subscribed, go subscribe to his channel. Got a dope channel. We're gonna tap in with him and talk about this whole Chicago. The residents is fed up in Chicago, man. Trump might be coming out there. Might already be.
CNN interviews residents of Chicago after 58 people were shot and 8 murdered this Labor Day weekend, and asks them how they would feel about Donald Trump sitting in the National Guard. And their answers are pretty shocking. You would think that with Chicago being in the national spotlight right now, and Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker and Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson declaring that crime is under control, so the National Guard would be unnecessary, you would think they would be doing everything they possibly could to prevent a tragedy like this from happening and proving Donald Trump right. As always, like the video and subscribe to the channel, but here's a video from Chicago this weekend of a kids' football game getting shot up and everybody having to lay on the ground to dodge bullets.
In Chicago, everybody gotta get down. Everybody gotta get down because they shoot. Everybody down. Look, these kids are running. They shooting. We can't have no fun in Chicago, man. No fun, man. This is terrible. I'd have throw a goddamn flag. Cause this y'all neighborhood.
Hey, yo, he's stupid. That shit is crazy. This shit treacherous out there, man.
Every privileged liberal protesting Donald Trump sending in the National Guard has never in their life experienced a moment like that. These are kids we're talking about, and they can't put their ideological differences with Donald Trump to the side to protect them. The majority of the people getting terrorized and having their communities destabilized are black people. But once again, the Democrats are completely disregarding the concerns of the very people they claim to be standing for in favor of the establishment's preferred agenda. All of the Democrats opposing Donald Trump make the claim that we don't need troops. What we need is more social programs, more after-school programs, more behavioral therapists, more investment in the community. But they don't even understand that none of those things can thrive unless crime is taken care of first. I mean, look at the video I just showed you. It's kids outside playing football, being positive, and they can't even do that because of the violence surrounding them. More after-school programs won't matter if people are just going to shoot up the after-school programs. No businesses are going to open there if the day they open their shelves are robbed clean. You have to take care of crime first, and to avoid that is doing a massive disservice to the communities that it hurts. But despite 58 real people getting shot and 8 real people dying over the weekend, MSNBC is still saying Trump sending in the Guard completely unnecessary.
Governor Pritzker has said they don't want federal intervention. You heard the same from Mayor Johnson there. But how do you square that when you have 50 people shot over just one weekend? Does that make that case harder?
No, it doesn't necessarily make the case harder, because I would expect that wherever you go, if there are military troops on the ground and at corners, yeah, you're going to see a change. But going to the voters' comment, that elderly couple, is this the kind of permanent solution that we should be talking about as the, you know, for the future of our country? What kind of society are we going to give to our children and grandchildren where we have this military force on our streets? That is not a permanent solution. And crime has gone down in most major cities. Nobody's cheering for any crime that takes place. But there are ways to do this. The partnerships that take place between federal, state, and local governments that have always in place could certainly be strengthened. The funding that's given to violence, violence intervention.
So he's admitting that the troops would have a positive benefit. But he's saying, nah, we can't.
What the fuck is violence intervention? Violence intervention to these niggas is police, shackles, court, time, getting sentenced. That's crime intervention to shit that to the people that's doing shit like what they doing in Chicago, bro. All that shit that they talking about with these programs only work for children. A lot of these people that's out there, yeah, some of them is probably young, it's 15, 14, but most of them are grown men. You feel me? They grown. 19 and up. Out there catching a bunch of wreck. They need rehabilitation. And I would never advocate for black men especially to go to prison or go to jail, but sometimes that's what's gonna save people, bro. It saved me. You know what I'm saying? Like, but these motherfuckers is out of control, bro. And at the end of the day, it's gonna get to a point where Chicago is like nothing because businesses ain't gonna want to be there. They're gonna up and leave. Small businesses can't thrive there because of looting and motherfuckers getting robbed all the time. It's not a safe place, bro. Nobody wants to live in a place that's not safe. Like, that's just a fact.
Can't do that because the well-to-do, comfortable white liberals in Chicago would feel uncomfortable, and fighting Donald Trump is fashionable in their social circles. But despite being front and center to the brutal reality of the crime problem in Chicago, some black residents, unable to escape the Democrat plantation, unable to see the Democrats' true disdain for them, have drinking the Kool-Aid.
We're in Chicago's most violent neighborhood as far as rates of shootings go, and even though we have seen decreases, people are still tragically getting shot and killed. We're on our way to talk to a woman who's lived in this neighborhood for a long time, and I have a feeling she has some thoughts on this whole National Guard possibility.
My grandkids can't sit outside. They can't sit in the living room or at the kitchen table because a bullet may come through.
Rochelle Sykes has lived in West Garfield Park all her life.
That's crazy.
Her neighborhood's changed. President Trump has talked about sending in the National Guard to help with this situation.
That's not the solution.
So even you live in what is known to be the most violent neighborhood in the city in terms of shooting rates.
Mm-hmm.
You don't believe the National Guard should be here?
No, we don't need a Band-Aid to cover up the problem. What we need is a solution. Mm-hmm. No offense to the president, but we actually need someone that's in this community. You need to go and talk to the children in the schools and ask them the question, what would make you feel safe?
Last week, I posted a video of CNN interviewing Chicago residents, and they were saying that they wanted the National Guard. So part of me feels like this interview is contrived PR to battle that narrative, because how can this lady possibly say, my kids can't go outside, they can't sit at the kitchen table, they can't sit in the living room because bullets might come flying through the window, but yet you don't think National Guard should be deployed? If she's being genuine, she is what I'm sure a lot of other black conservatives run into when talking to other black people, which is a vote blue no matter who Democrat whose loyalty was established post-civil rights. There are some black people that you can talk to, present every fact to them, have a real conversation, come to an agreement. You can get them to admit that the Democrat Party doesn't care about black people, have ruined the lives of black people, but they'll refuse to vote Republican because
Like, I feel what she's saying as far as putting a Band-Aid on it, because it really is, though. Even though it's definitely a big Band-Aid, but at the same time, that's what it is. It definitely needs a long-term solution. And honestly, bro, I'll say it again, bro. The only way to truly stop crime is to heighten the penalty. Period. That's it. That's as simple as it goes. If motherfuckers know that selling a nickel bag of crack will get you 10 years in prison, they won't sell no crack. If people know that murder is guaranteed life, Like actual like murder, like you going out killing people for no reason. Not like you protecting your home and you kill somebody that's coming to your home type of self-defense. We talking about just murdering people. If people knew that they would get life no matter what, then it would stop. That's the real solution, being honest. That's why in countries that have the safest, outcomes, the safest communities, they have harsher crimes. And there's other elements too that it's no sense to get into, but listen, man, motherfuckers don't care. They don't care, and I can honestly see the if the National Guard if the National Guard go to Chicago, I could really see them young boys shooting it out with them. Real shit. These motherfuckers don't care. It's some of I believe some of them might be like a little smarter, and they'll realize like, oh yeah, nah, we playing with a whole different like league because y'all some street niggas with guns. These is trained fucking police, like military style. You know what I'm saying? Like they ain't gonna be playing. They all headshots. So at the end of the day, it's gonna get crazy, and I can see that really happening, to be honest. But hopefully it doesn't, man. Shit do need to chill. Shit need to tighten up though, man. The way black bodies is falling, bro, is out of control, bro. We talking about, he said 50, what was it, 58 shootings or whatever. It don't even matter how you try to put it. And 8 people died over the weekend. Bruh. Come on, bruh. Like, bro, that's just over the weekend. Bull said, how many he said? He said 250 something deaths. Let's say 250 deaths in 233 days. Like, come on, bro. That's out of control, bro. I don't care like, that's by anybody's standards. I don't care what nobody say, bro. That's out of control. Bro, people are just dying. Like, they dying. Like, it's like, bro, it's somebody, kids. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's no matter, even if a motherfucker ain't, listen, motherfuckers play a certain game and get certain outcomes. I understand that. But, god damn. The way bodies is dropping is out.
Because there's something that's just ingrained in them that tells them to vote Democrat. Because how can a normal person accept such abject terror and danger and think that military presence, however uncommon, wouldn't be far safer? But here's another resident that they interview singing the same tune. Yeah.
Or they would have to like become like, that would have to be, the military would have to be like long term. Like, where they're the new police, to be honest.
Crime's a serious problem, but nah, we need more social programs.
And people like Kendall Reed, who also works as a violence mediator, refuses to give up on Chicago.
Send mental health in. Open more facilities for us. Give us more opportunities. Stop closing the school down. Send those people in. Don't send the military in. If what we're doing is working, it may not be working as fast as you would like it to work. None of this all happened overnight. Chicago is a beautiful city. I want my kids, and I want my grandkids, and I want my nieces and my nephews to enjoy these parks. I want them to enjoy the museums, the many things that Chicago has to offer, and we're progressing at that.
For said,
this is a calling for me.
The fate of his city, he says, won't come from boots on the ground, but ears to the ground.
I would never say that it's not beneficial for the government to send resources and help. I beg President Trump to send the right resources, but as far as sending a National Guard, I believe that it will put us in a situation where the whole city of Chicago will be right back where we started.
The unfortunate part about people like this, and they may not be intentionally doing it.
Yo, they said when Trump when they went into DC, right? They said that for 12 days was no murders. That's not a long time. But they said that basically like that's been the longest time without murders in DC. So obviously it worked to a degree. You know what I'm saying? Like, my whole thing is, what's ears going to do? It's just going to be another nigga talking about what needs to happen. At the end of the day, bro, some people are just gone. You gotta understand something. Everybody could turn it around, but you gotta want to turn it around. How many of them people that participate in the gang culture and just the street life in general? How many of them truly want to, turn it around? I've been involved with it, and I've been around people like that's still in the hood, that still do the same shit. Like, people love that shit, bro. They love the hood shit. They love everything that comes with it, that's associated with it. Like, they love it. They love sliding on the ops, all that. My young boy doing 55 right now. Like, he was one of them. Gang banging, down for killing one of the ops. And conversations that we've had, like, he literally doesn't even, like, bull never, because I asked him, like, yo, did, like, like, did y'all have beef, y'all had static, anything? Nah, he just was the op. Like, just didn't do nothing to him, don't even really know him. All he know is he on the other side. So it's plenty of people getting killed just like that. Don't know him, didn't do anything personally to him. All they know is they from over there. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy to me. This is situations where, to be honest, and I don't even like talking like that. Don't exist. At the end of the day, it's the educational aspect to it. So the environment got to change. People got to change. Like I said, in order to make change for real, you do need motherfuckers that people can relate to give niggas game. But also at the end of the day, it's also showing them the solutions, like learning how to, like, basically adjust to living regular. Just, you know what I mean? But it's just, bro, it's just gonna be hard, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be hard because most people, when you give them the options, it's either, you work and make XYZ amount of dollars, which niggas is over here making in, they making that in, 10 minutes. Every 10 minutes, they making that, you expecting a person that make money that you make an hour, they make that every 10 minutes, every couple minutes. You know what I'm saying? And you asking them to change from this to that. Like, it's just a lot that goes into it, bro. It's not just one specific reasons for all this. But the biggest thing is the educational part of it. Like, just like, motherfuckers need to change their whole thought process, to be honest. And that's going to take time, bro. That's going to actually take a while for that to happen, bro. You know what I mean? Because this has been going on for forever. You know what I'm saying? It's regular shit, to be honest.
Is there grifting off the violence in their community? How many billions were donated to BLM, and what happened? The founders laundered the money and enriched themselves. How many social programs were opened? How many community centers were opened? What benefit have black people seen from the tremendous amount of money that was poured into supposedly fixing their plight? These guys want federal dollars to go to the city so the city can give them money to run these nonprofit youth organizations. Democrats are offering up every solution except for the most obvious, effective, and instantaneous one. I even concede to the Democrats, in an ideal world, it's not favorable to have troops walking the streets. America, being the proud and great country that it is, should have the safest and cleanest streets in the world, where it is unconscionable that we would have to even fathom sending in the National Guard on our streets. But unfortunately, that is not the reality. The reality is starkly different. And the problem for J.B. Pritzker and Mayor Brandon Johnson is, while they're having 58 shootings and 8 murders in a weekend, the mayor of D.C. just signed an executive order to extend federal cooperation because it's working so well.
Well, he's obviously very focused on Chicago, and as he confirmed in the Oval Office, they do intend to go in. He did not reveal to me when they intend to go in, but it's certainly going to happen. That's number one. Number two, he doesn't think much of Pritzker or the mayor of Chicago, frankly, and had several insults for them. Number three, he believes what he did in Washington, D.C. has been a brilliant success. And he's familiar with the statistics on the number of people who've been arrested, the amount of illegal guns that have been taken off the streets here, the immigration enforcement that's gone on in Washington. And so I gathered that he sees that as a template for rapid reduction in crime in places like Chicago. And I would just note, while we've been sitting here, that the mayor of Chicago, of Washington, D.C., has apparently signed an order welcoming federal law enforcement presence indefinitely in Washington. And she has said that it's working. And she has said that she appreciates the surge of federal resources.
See, the problem with Democrats is they're not practical. They're not logical, they're not rational, and therefore they're not effective. They have this weird obsession with being seen as compassionate because it makes them feel better than everybody. Compassion towards people who have no regard for human life isn't compassionate to the law-abiding citizens who live around them. But Donald Trump played Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker and Chicago's Mayor Brandon Johnson like a fiddle. Trump knew when he said he was going to clean up crime in Chicago, he was playing to a very popular sentiment that crime in big cities is way too prevalent. And he knew the instinctive reaction from Illinois' politicians was going to be to oppose it. And Trump put them in a losing position where they're having to lie and say that crime is under control. And Trump knew an unfortunate weekend like the one that just occurred was bound to happen and make Pritzker and Brandon Johnson look like complete fools. Here is Joe Scarborough from Morning Joe even saying J.B. Pritzker needs to call Donald Trump up to work with him.
Even Trump's harshest critic, Joe Scarborough, urged Governor Pritzker to team up with Trump on deploying the National Guard to Chicago.
I actually think that J.B. Pritzker should do something radical. I think he should pick up the phone, call the president, let's partner up. These are the most dangerous parts of my state. We would love to figure out how to have a partnership, because right now, just hey, nothing to see here moving along. No problem here. Hey, Donald Trump, we don't need you. And, you know, the mayor talking about we're going to protect people's dignity in our city. We'll protect their lives.
Trump offered to help. J.B. Pritzker said no. 58 people got shot, and J.B. Pritzker is still saying it's unnecessary. This is a losing, unpopular issue. I don't care what manufactured street interview CNN wants to put forward. You saw the video of everybody ducking at the football game. Those are the real people in Chicago who have to deal with this. And they may not even want National Guard troops, but they certainly don't want J.B. Pritzker and Brandon Johnson to ignore the problem entirely. But that is certainly what the Democrats are going to do. This last clip I'm going to show you is absolutely insane. The future of the Democrat Party is screwed. Here's a young woke liberal running for Congress in Illinois saying that the crime problem is manufactured and not real, right after being shown a poll that 81% of Americans believe that it is.
Kat, do you think that this issue could...
Bro, first of all, her running for anything is out of pocket in Chicago. Like, what the fuck is she gonna do for Chicago, dog? This is the type of shit I'm talking about, bro. You get a motherfucker with a degree who went to college and they think that they can make the hood better. And all they do is dump money on it. That's all they do. They dump money on it, and honestly, it ain't good money, because all it's gonna do is go into the pockets of most of these people. They're going to create jobs, and their pays are going to be $250,000 a year, and most of the money is going to go to them, and little is going to go to the schools, the education programs, any of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not going to put no boys and girls clubs. They're not going to have they're not going to put money into real, relatable mentorships. They're not doing none of that, bro. I want to hear
be
this.
A political loser for Democrats opposing Donald Trump and his offer of federal intervention. Given that you look at some of the recent polling just today from the AP, and a majority of Americans, right, left, Republican, Democrat, do believe that crime is out of control in urban cities, and around 64% support some kind of federal intervention. They may not support what Trump is doing, and they may not like troops on the ground, but they support the idea of being tougher on crime.
What we've seen in cities across America, including Chicago, is that crime is actually down. But you have people on the right, including Trump, including Fox News, that are pushing narratives that crime is up so that way they can consolidate their own power, and that includes ICE. And I can guarantee that the majority of people in Chicago don't want masked goons coming into our community, kidnapping our neighbors off the street, and essentially just being able to do whatever they want without identifying themselves.
So Democrat pretentiousness.
Yo, bro. We fuck, bro. When you got people like this running your city, bro, or even trying to run for your city, bro, when you vote that in, you deserve everything you get. Like, literally. For her to say that, that just goes to show you how much they care about black people, because that's the people that's dying. That's the people that's dying, bro, on a regular basis. Black people. Black people dying on a regular basis, and they're all getting out there saying that crime is down. When there's like literally bro, there's hella videos, bro, of small businesses being looted, fucking ATMs being ripped out of the stores, like liquor stores being robbed. Like, bro, you done seen it all, bro, in these cities, bro. You done seen it all. Like, it's
strikes again.
crazy,
They're
bro.
going to completely ignore what the voters are telling them is important and instead disregard.
Literally, even Democrats, 68% of Democrats even said the crime is out of control. Like,
Guard it and say it's all in your head, it's imaginary. She thinks she's the good person after 58 people got shot, 8 got murdered, and she has the nerve to say crime isn't a problem, it's just MAGA propaganda. The Democrats are so out of touch. They
out of control, man. But yo, make sure y'all tap in, man, and subscribe to Brandon podcast, man. Definitely a dope creator. I fuck with him. But let's get on to this Eagle news, man. You know, my boys got the W yesterday, man. It was a good game, bro. It was a divisional game, you know? It was a divisional game, bro. And divisional games, no matter what, is always tough. Like, you know, team could be ass. You know they ass. But divisional games is tough. It's crazy. It's weird. You know, it's kind of weird, though, to be honest. But it was a tough little game yesterday, man. But Dallas, man, yo, listen, man. People can say what they want because Dallas, obviously, Dak was injured last year. And Dak don't know how to finish, but at the same time, Dak is still a solid quarterback. He was averaging almost 400 yards. Before he got hurt, what was that, 2 years ago? He was averaging like 400 yards a game. It was like some crazy shit. Like he was definitely on the road to make history for sure. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, he been hurt, me having some health issues or whatever. But Dallas has been a solid team for like at least 5 years. They've had a solid team. They just can't finish. You know what I'm saying? When they come to the playoffs, that can't get it done. But I'm an Eagles fan, but at the same time, I'm a sports fan. So I can recognize when we was trash. I said we was trash. When our defense was garbage, I said our defense was garbage. Our defense looks suspect right now. Our secondary look crazy. My boy Dorian Jackson getting killed. Luckily, CeeDee Lamb was off his game yesterday. Luckily, and he still had one. I think he still had 110. Still had like 110. Dropped some big passes, like some big ones. Like the one was in his hands. He dropped it. Plain and simple. The other one he had to stretch and dive. It was catchable, but you know what I'm saying? That one is like, it's tough. You know what I'm saying? But yo, our defense is looking sus right now, man. Listen, you got rid of Slay. You got rid of C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Brandon Graham retired. Cool. But, bro, Slay, I like the Slay. But I wasn't really mad. But the C.J. June, like, come on. We needed him back there. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, if you get rid of Slay, why not invest? We got the picks. We got the capital. Everybody paid up. Bro, go get Jalen Ramsey was on the block. Stephon Gilmore, Asante Samuel Jr. Bro, why can't we go get a solid cornerback, bro? We need a solid cornerback, bro. Like a name. Like we got some decent. Bro. defense is looking sus. But also, listen, Jalen Carter didn't play. We're going to show the reason why. He was super bugging, bro. Super bugging. But he's a big component of the defense, and he wilded out, man. Let's get into this video.
WMVP. Well, who else could it be? Number one, Jalen Hurts. 152 yards passing, rating of 94.2, 2 rushing touchdowns. Thought he should have had a tush-push touchdown and a passing touchdown. He really would have had a good one.
You like that rating, don't you?
By the way,
And for all the critics who was, Cam Newton, talk about, listen, Jalen Hurts won the game yesterday. He made critical game time decisions that won the game. Like, bro, Jalen Hurts is the leader for a reason. The boy is solid, bro. He got a solid game, man. And they just be, they hating on my boy. It is what it is. But that game was won yesterday because he put on a masterclass. You know what I'm saying? Second half was rough, but in the first half, the first 4 drives, first 4 possessions, masterclass, dog. Masterclass. Defense, sus. Let's get into it.
This might be greater than the Super Bowl MVP, getting this MVP, don't you think? Oh, maybe not. Here's Jalen Hurts.
I think the offense performed tonight.
I think more so specifically to the team, I go back to discipline and focus. That's what it comes down to when you're playing this game. And when you come into the first game, you worry about the little details, the things and situations you may have not felt in a long time, getting hit, protecting the ball, communication, intense environment. And so I think as a whole team, I think it's just a matter of taking our discipline to another level and our focus to another level, and then playing together and staying banded together and being able to control the things that we can control.
On that note, when you talk about discipline, as a captain of the team, you talked to Jalen Carter about the incident, and is that what you're referring to when you talk about discipline? I'm
referring to the team, not just one individual. I have had a conversation with him, and, we're on the same page. And so, I know what type of player he is. Everybody knows what type of player he is, and, something that we all can learn from.
John, you had to use discipline issues and focus issues. How do you handle that as one of the leaders of the team?
Like I just said, being diligent with it, at the same time, there's a sense of accountability and everything, and I know he's done that, and so it's just something that we all can learn from, right? It's only you're a wise man will make a mistake and not look back on it and learn from it. An unwise man, so you got to look at those things and be able to take something away from it, and we will.
You used your legs effectively a lot early on, especially in the red zone. What led to that?
I mean, they kind of just happens. Kind of happened throughout the game. Did a really good job in past game and matching certain concepts, and so great job by them. And obviously have a new defensive coordinator from past over the years, and so he's in the division. It'll be a challenge, going against him for the games and years to come.
Are they doing anything to take AJ or Devontae away from you?
I wouldn't say so. I think they were just doing a really good job of matching things in coverage, and there's some things we got to be better at, and great job by him staying patient and in the big moment, right, making a play, most important play of the game in my eyes, and then we're able to get ourselves in a position to convert that third down and wind down the clock. So great play by him.
Was that a delayed draw on that conversion to kind of seal it there? Was that a delayed draw? Was that the call at the time?
No, it wasn't.
You get to Dotson. What'd you see going into that? What led to that? What'd you see?
Well, he ran a great route, showed and had an opportunity to make a play, and I don't know that he even saw the ball, but he did a great job of tracking it very late. Great connection there.
How did the operation go between you and Kevin Petullo? What stood out?
Well, it's I think it was good. I think there's going to be things we want to do and want to talk over, and kind of trust our instinct with certain things. So first games, like I said, there's so much unknown, but you got to be able to be not on the reactive side of things, more so, proactive and being able to play smart ball and put yourself in advantageous positions. And so happy for him to come out here and get his first win as an offensive coordinator. I know he's waited a long time for this opportunity, and we just want to keep building. I know we're all hungry for that.
You ever been part of a game that was suspended due to weather, and how do you stay sharp when you get pulled off the field for about 40 minutes?
It's been a long time since something like that has happened, probably going back to high school. But, when you look back on it, it's just about maintaining the championship level focus. And as I look back on it now, I don't even remember it happening. And so that's the type of focus that we all.
Yo, Jalen Hurts the GOAT, bro. I fuck with this nigga, bro. He's the GOAT, bro. I don't care what none of y'all talking about. He better than Lamar Jackson. He better than Joe Burrow. He better than Justin Herbert. He's better than Jaden Daniels. He's better than C.J. Stroud. He's better than, he's equivalent to Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, who he smoked in the Super Bowl. Like, truly outplayed him. So, I don't want to hear nothing. This is a great leader right here, man. Like, great. And honestly, I said that we were going to be rusty, though, because, on offense, because we didn't get no snaps, no in-game snaps in the preseason. So the fact that they was clicking the way they was and making it happen, I was like, whoa, yeah. Game 2, we come in and play. We come in and play.
All have to have and has to ooze through to continue to do that, and we did that. We would have loved to come back and go up by two scores. We didn't, but we played team ball. That team played together, and we're very disruptive on defense in that second half. So that's a great job by them.
Are you kidding?
Jalen Hurts, here's the Hyundai drive of the game. We'll talk more about Jalen coming up. And the drive of the game was the third touchdown drive going into the half. And 8 plays, 51 yards, 81 yards. Saquon Barkley, 10-yard touchdown run, but there was also that pass to Jahan Dotson, a 51-yarder that set up that run. Beautiful pass, kind of reminded me of that dagger throw, as Jalen Hurts called it in the
great
Super Bowl.
Great throw,
Just
finding that
threw
ball.
it out there. It was beautiful.
Jahan's done that all summer. He had a great summer.
Yeah, he did.
Caught everything. I never saw the ball on the ground. He's so much farther along than last year when he just got here late. Didn't really know the offense. He's gonna be a problem this year. And look, he's not going to be their leading receiver very often, but he can make plays.
But when he starts to get the ball, that's a good sign that Jalen Hurts is starting to progress, right? When that third receiver is starting to get in the ball, you start to realize, the quarterback understands, okay, A.J. Brown's not opening this, or the defense is dictating me to go to his side of the field and deliver the ball. So that's a good sign for us going forward.
Yeah, trust issues there.
Trust,
yeah.
I kind of thought in the playoffs in the Super Bowl, he wasn't the third receiver. He may have been, but I thought he started to get way more looks in the playoffs than he ever had.
Coverage dictated that.
Yeah.
Teams are like, all right, then we're not going to let AJ or Smitty beat us. We're going to let somebody else beat us. Maybe it'll be Dallas Goddard. But it's turning out to be Dotson, and Dotson's showing the ability to go out there and really make plays. There wasn't even really great separation, but he was go out there and just make the play, and that's just trust that Jalen has in him now.
You can't throw the ball better than that.
Right.
Yeah. on that post, Josh.
Your thoughts?
You're not going to make a living throwing the ball in double coverage. So if you're going to double AJ, you're going to double Devontae, someone's getting single coverage. So you got to trust that player's going to win. That's where you go with the football.
2-point conversion presented by Bradford White water heaters. These are items that Ruben thought would play into the outcome of the game. Number 1, new look secondary against Dak Prescott, Rube.
Yeah, made some plays early. I thought overall they did a nice job, but Dory Jackson really struggled. I'd like to see some more Jacorian Bennett in there at that second outside corner spot. But all in all, Makuba played a lot. Sidney got banged up a little bit, so you had some new pieces.
Man, Dorian Jackson played bad, bro. He played bad, bro. He had a couple breakups that was big, but he was getting cooked. He was getting cooked. And penalties, them penalties with some big penalties hurt us. And on top of that, like, yo, if CeeDee Lamb catches that ball, the outcome of the game changes, bro. Like, seriously. And he had him beat. He had him beat. He got overthrown, bro. And the other one was on the money. He just dropped it. So, defense got to step up, bro. They got to step up.
He's in there, and they held up well, especially in the second half.
And number 2, the debut of Kevin Patullo, the new offensive coordinator, though not new guy.
Some good, some bad. I thought, at times early on, he got the offense into a rhythm. Like to see him be more aggressive down the field.
We'll fast forward.
We'll address that. We talked about that, obviously, at halftime. Yeah, obviously, we had some personal fouls today. I want these guys to play with great energy, great tenacity, while doing it within the rules of the game. So we'll address that. We talked about that, obviously, at halftime because I felt like, that's a really good offense. And every one of their drives in that first half that resulted in points were all penalties, And now, a PI, which that's different. That's in the heat of the game. Those are going to happen. But, I know we had one with Nolan and one with JC.
No, bro. The one with Nolan Smith was crazy. Bro, the NFL was getting too soft, bro. Come on, bro. Y'all, come on, bro. You can't tackle certain ways. You can't come on. You can't go below the knees on the quarterback. They done push the kickoff, like, bro. All Nolan Smith made a tackle, and all he did was this, and then dapped up his players regular. What? Flag, taunting, bro. We ain't in high school, bro. This is the National Football League, bro, and you getting a flag for taunting. This is football at the highest level. What are we talking about? Bro, that penalty was crazy. Talking about, they really want to crack down on, the taunt and this. Oh, my God, bro. What? You can't taunt? You can't taunt? You can't be like, boy, you not fucking with me, boy. Boy, I'm going to murder you all day. What you talk? Like, what are we talking about? It's football. This is a contact sport, 11 on 11. We getting busy. Like, bro, they making the game soft, bro. I'm just being honest. That penalty, the other ones, they was legit. That one was crazy. Crazy penalty,
and that creates short fields for an offense. Again, we want to be there. We want to have great, like I said, energy, tenacity, all those different things. But we got to do it within the rules of the game. And we'll address that. We'll go through that. But we got to get better in that scenario because we need that guy on the field. He's a really good player.
What specifically is your response to Jalen's behavior on that?
Yeah, I'm going to keep all our conversations and all my disciplinary things in house. But we got to do it. We have to fix it as coaches.
Is this something where you might take disciplinary action against Jalen?
Again, I will keep everything in house, and we will. You won't ever get that from me. Everything will always be handled in house, just like private conversations that I have with players. None of that will ever be out to you guys. I'm sorry.
So what do you think you can do to keep Jalen from doing this? I mean, he's had a history of he's gotten 2 fights last year. He seems to have a habit, and he doesn't seem to be able to control himself when provoked. Is there anything you can do to stop him?
Yeah, like I said, everything that we do is going to be held in house. Again, he knows. And we needed him out there today, and he wasn't out there against a really good offense. I was really proud of the way the guys stepped up and played. To give up 20 points against a really good team, a really good offense. I think, again, they got good offensive line. Dak Prescott's a really good quarterback. 2 really good wide receivers, a really good tight end, 2 running backs that can make plays with the football. I thought BY came in and had that strip, which was huge. Again, goes back to when we win the turnover battle, good
That
things
was
happen for
super
us
huge.
as a team. And we talked about that at halftime, and then the other halftime that we had that, because I know Coach Eberflus does a really good job of preaching, coming after the football, and I thought they had some good strip attempts, and our guys did a good job of carrying it, and we got the one out, which was all the difference in the game, in my opinion. And, I thought Jordan got some good pressures. Morrow, I'll have to watch the tape there, but I know he played stout in there. Gabe Hall came in and gave us some good reps, but we need Jalen Carter on the field. And like I said, we'll keep everything in-house, but we have to get all these things corrected. As a whole, as you guys know, I want them. You see how I coach with emotion, and I want them to play with emotion, and that's what I kind of say all the time is. But you have to do it within the rules of the game, because we need everybody out there to help us be successful.
How do you think Kevin handled his first game as offensive coordinator?
Man, I mean the first half, right? I think what you saw. First half, 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns. So obviously a really good start. Can't start much better than that. I thought he called it really well. Again, the communication. Kevin and I have been together long enough, and through all these things where the communication was great. We did what I wanted us to do in certain situations, in game management situations, as far as run, pass, or set up, or whatever that is. Kevin's calling it, but obviously we talked through a lot of those things, and we were on the same page there, and I thought he did a good job. I think both offenses struggled a little bit coming off the long break, and the defenses kind of stepped up, and on both sides of the football, there wasn't any scoring after 4:44 left on the clock when the clock stopped. We'll go back and look at that, but I think Kevin did a really nice job of, calling the game the way the game needed to be called today. But again, you have to go back and look at the tape and reevaluate everything. But I got a lot of confidence in Kevin and the job that he does.
It is an offense that A.J. Brown goes that.
It was a mistake that happened on my side, and it just won't happen again. I feel bad for just my.
Yo, A.J. Brown had 1 catch for 8 yards, bro. Bro, we got to get my boy A.J. involved, bro. He's a huge piece. But besides Saquon, bro, he's the second biggest piece on the team. And then Devontae, Jihad, and everybody else. Like, you got to get A.J. involved, bro. Like, that's going to open up the running game. It's no way the best receiver on the field, hands down, on both sides, gets 8 yards, 1 catch, doesn't touch the ball the whole first half. What are we talking about, bro? That's unacceptable. I understand the progression out there. They probably, but come on, bro. You at least gotta put it up there for him. You know what I mean? But come on, we got too many pieces. We got Jihad. We got, Dallas. Dallas played really good. Dallas Goedert. We got pieces to be able to open it up for AJ to get a one-on-one. 1 catch is crazy. That's crazy.
I'm doing it for them. I'm doing it for my family also. But the fans, they show the most love. You heard them out there today. Just not being able to finish the start.
So hold on. So I just peeped that they didn't show the altercation. So anyway, so kickoff happens. The game didn't even start yet. Game didn't even start. This guy gets in a little back and forth with Dak Prescott. Matter of fact, Dallas just started. I don't even think they ran a play, bro. I don't even think they ran a play yet. But they just had to kick off. I don't even think they had ran a play. If I'm not mistaken, I don't even think they ran 1 play. If they did, it was 1. But I don't even think they ran a play yet. The game didn't even start. Him and Dak get into it. And allegedly Dak spit. You know how motherfuckers treat you like disrespectful and spit next to you type shit. Allegedly he did something like that, and that's what made him react. But come on, bruh. He like spit on Dak Prescott, bruh. Out of pocket, bruh. Game didn't even start. It's the first, bro. This the season opener, bro. It's the season opener. We got Dallas. We home. You, if not the biggest piece on the team, the biggest piece, bro. Jalen Carter is a dog. Needed you, especially with the running game. I say Javonte Williams don't get 2 touchdowns. He don't get 2 touchdowns. He might get 1, but he don't get 2. If Jalen Carter on the field, bro. They don't even have the success they had in the running game in the first half if Jalen Carter's on the field, bro. I'm just what it is, bro. Like, he's a big, big piece. For you to go and do something so immature like that, it's out of pocket, bro. Out of pocket. You risking suspension. You risking a fine. Like, and it's just disrespectful. It's not even professional, bro. Come on, bro. He's super out of pocket, bro. You could be all apologetic and all that, bro. Cool, you made a mistake. But, bro, come on. You done had situations already, and, bro, you're not a veteran. You know what I'm saying? You're not a veteran. You new to the NFL, bro. Like, you gotta come on, bro. You better than that, bro. And it's bigger than when you a big figure like Jalen Carter playing on a Super Bowl winning team. Come on, bro. What he did was out of pocket, bro. Straight disrespectful.
Finish the game is just up, but we'll get it better. It won't happen again.
Yeah,
I can make that promise.
Just give him a little bit of room.
There's some footage later that showed that Dak may have done something first. Do you feel like he precipitated it?
A little bit of room.
No, I don't try to do nothing out of the ordinary. Anything that I feel like I have done something back is provoked. But if it's something out there, y'all see it, we'll go off that.
Yes.
How amped were you to play this game?
How
amped were you to play this game?
Super amped. Just to get back. We don't play preseason, so we don't get no warm-up to hit other opponents. And I was so ready, but things went how it went. We just go focus on next weekend, getting better at what we are watching film and getting better.
Jalen, when it happened, did you realize that you were going to get tossed from the game?
I heard the refs talking, and then I heard them say this is a tossable offense or something like that, and that's when I knew.
Did you have a conversation with Nick, and if so, what kind of message did he relay to you?
No, I didn't have a conversation yet. I know we're going to have that conversation. They had to focus on the game still. I don't want to distract them from the game. I came in, I talked to the D-line, told them what I was seeing while I was watching the game inside. That's all.
What was it like watching the rest of the game?
It was intense for me. I wanted to be out there with the guys so bad, and just the support and help, even just standing on the sideline. But things went how it went. We just got to move on. I've made a promise to them boys; it won't happen again.
We'll do a couple more. Are you worried you might be
suspended?
Are you worried you might be suspended?
If I get that text or that call about that conversation, then we'll handle it as then.
Jalen, when it happened, were you like in a fit of rage, or what was your?
No, I was calm. I walked off the field calmly. I was not mad. That's pretty much. I couldn't really do nothing else. The ref decision is the ref decision on the situation.
You said you weren't. Last one, please.
Did Dak say anything, or was there anything that just made you walk over?
I don't know. When things started to come out and you started seeing things, then we can go off that. But I don't got nothing to say about it. I'm just trying to make sure the team's straight.
Yeah,
I probably spit 1,000 times throughout the game. I mean, especially game day, maybe even in general, and something I guess I'm not proud of. But in that case, he was trolling, I guess you could say, trying to mess with Tyler Booker. I was just looking at him. I was right here by the 2 linemen, and guess I needed to spit, and I wasn't going to spit on my lineman, and I just spit ahead. But I'd say he was back there where Jory was in that sense, and he asked, or he goes, "You trying to spit on me?" And at that point, I felt like he was insulting me. Like I wouldn't spit on somebody. I'm damn sure not trying to spit on you. Like, we're about to play a game. I'm wondering why you're trying to mess with the rookie. And so when I stepped through, I actually said the words like, "What the hell would I, excuse me, but I'm probably even more colorful. What would I need to spit on you for?" And he just spit on me in that moment. And it was more of a surprise than anything. Refs obviously saw it through the flag. I was like, hell yeah, we get 15 yards to start the game off. Didn't realize he was getting ejected.
And you lost.
Unfortunate
Sucker.
that he did. Hell of a player. Changed our plan and our blocking scheme. As I've told you all right before the week, that we're going to protect against him. So helped in that manner. But I don't wish for anybody to get out of the game. I'm sure he probably regrets that to some extent. I'm pretty sure he knows I didn't
try to spit on him or wasn't even aiming to spit on him. So something that's probably going to get a lot of coverage and a lot of attention that.
So basically, he did one of, like I said, did one of them little, you know what I mean, didn't mean nothing about it, but Jalen took it different. And it was stupid, bro. Man, immature though, bro. But, you know, I respect the fact that he on it like, look, I just want to move on from him. You know he did some dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? He come on, bro. You still rookie status, dog. You know what I mean? And he know that. He know he a major piece though. Major piece, bro. And you know, like I'm not saying he's a rookie. Obviously, he's not a rookie. I'm saying like he's new in the NFL, you know, been in the league a couple years, and it's like, come on, bro. You can't be doing shit like that, bro. Like, just imagine if this was a playoff game, bro. Just imagine. You got to treat... Listen, in the NFL, it's not the NBA, bro. I love the NBA. I love basketball. My first love was basketball. Was pretty good at it, to be honest. The basketball playoffs, you got 7 games. You could recoup. At any moment, you could turn it around. NFL is one and done. You know what I'm saying? This stupid shit could have cost the game. You know what I'm saying? Because they could, like, he's a major piece. He's a major piece. You heard that? You heard him? He said Jalen Carter's part of the game plan. You know what I'm saying? He's part of the game plan. So at the end of the day, bro, you got to treat every game like it's a playoff game, like it's the Super Bowl. They got to treat every game like that. You know what I'm saying? And you can't allow, you know, dumb shit. Even if he did, you still was supposed to be like, come on. You know what I mean? I could see you doing something, you know, talking your shit. You know what I'm saying? But come on, bro, doing something that's going to get you ejected out the game. You know what I'm saying? Knowing how big of a piece you is, bro, that's out of pocket, bro. It's out of pocket.
Feel sorry for him in the sense of, yeah, I mean, I know how excited each and every one of us are, right, to kick off the season and the season opener.
Yeah.
And hell of a player like that doesn't even get a chance in the first play. Unfortunate circumstances.
How did you keep your composure in that situation? You saw you just like motion to the ref, like you see me as this.
Yeah, I was more surprised. I mean, honestly, it hit me more on like my shirt of my collar, I guess, than straight skin, and thankfully. But yeah, I was just more surprised. I mean, like I said, I was insulted that he even thought I tried to spit on him. So for him to react and spit, I'm sure it's not something he's proud of.
He then went on to say he would never wash that shirt again. Barrett, when you look at this,
probably on eBay by now.
Yo, they stupid for that. Yo, shout out to Jalen Carter, man. Shout out to Dak, man. I love the professionalism, though. I love that, man. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, shout out to Dak, man. Shout out to Dak, man. I fuck with Dak. I don't fuck with him more than I fuck with my boy, Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is a dog. You know what I mean? He's something like a dog, like a little replica or something. But yeah, all right. He ain't Jalen Hurts, though. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, Jalen Carter, come on, bro. That shit out of pocket. Super out of pocket, bro. You're professional. You're on national television. This is televised. Bro. You got your kid. I mean, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure you got, you know, either way, you got family watching, bro. People, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, you representing that Carter name. You know what I'm saying? So come on, bro. Tighten up. Tighten the fuck up, boy. Tripping. Anyway, let's get into this. So I was having trouble playing that video last week, man. Yo, and look, I put the little disclaimer in the beginning of the video. I just played something from I don't know though, because it's NBC Sports, but I don't know. It's playing with the NFL shit, so you know what I mean? We're gonna see. But yeah. So I was trying to play this video last week. So PBD was talking about it he had a guest on and was kind of breaking down his whole Jubilee debate, you know, conversation that he was having with the socialist liberals or whatever. And basically they're going to break down, you know, this whole conversation. So I didn't get to basically play the shit that I wanted to play, man. Like, and I was mad about it because it was a good that video. If you haven't seen it, go watch it, because if you into that type of shit, if you into, talking about, capitalism and all of these different type of topics, it's definitely it was a good debate. It's God, just like seeing how people think and just seeing people with a victim mentality and the things that they say. And they say it with so much conviction. You got to think in your mind, like, they really believe this. They really think that their point of view is the point of view that everybody else in the world should look, this the lens they should look through. And it's crazy. It's like ridiculous. But
let's talk about some of these wonderful people on Jubilee. And I don't know which one to start off with. I say we start off with, do we go with show the girl with mental illness? Is that the one?
Yes, sir.
Because she actually reacted as well. So
did she?
She did.
Hey,
she
yeah.
afterwards reacted as well. We'll play the clip. I mean, she posted it up there, so you have to see it. Here's us at Jubilee.
right back.
What people don't realize is, to my right here is Adam, Vinny, Rob, Tico, Brandon, and Humberto. Yeah. Every time one of these guys laughs or moves, they don't realize I see them. I see them. Okay.
Sorry.
Mateo also.
Mateo as well. Go ahead, Rob. Play the clip.
I'm also mentally ill, so that was something I had to deal with. But I'm mainly mentally ill because I am disabled in a capitalist country.
Tell me more about mentally ill. Who qualified you as somebody that's mentally ill?
Me and my doctor team.
Who convinced you that you're mentally ill?
Me and my doctor team.
What's the specific category of mental illness? Is there one? You know why I asked this question? Let me explain to you why I asked this question.
So I don't even like the psychological industry. I don't really stand for like Sigmund Freudian politics or anything like that. I don't have access to even a result or a solution to my disability as someone with a connective tissue disorder. It's genetic.
Have you been able to go to different doctors and get yourself tested?
Yeah.
You have?
Yes.
And in California?
Yes, but not enough. I can't find a specialist.
You can't find a specialist?
I can't find a specialist for who I am.
Is there anyone in your life that's willing to pay for a specialist?
Well, they could or they would if they had money. But yeah.
Would you be okay if I pay for a specialist for you to go see?
Yeah.
Would you take money from a capitalist to help you go see specialist?
I mean, yeah, sure. Why not?
I'm going to have you go see two. Do you live in California?
Yeah.
I'm going to have you go see two specialists. But would you also be open to seeing somebody else I choose as a psychologist that may...
No. No.
The reaction
You choose as a psychologist. You're choosing who gets to determine what my mental health looks like. No.
Okay, then I wish you nothing but the best. Okay, so here's a reaction. Let me show you a reaction.
So many things to say.
Here's a reaction.
Okay.
I was kind of scared of the Jubilee.
She looks better now.
And then I realized.
Yo, real quick, possibility, don't know. It's the warning popping up because he actually played the show. So I don't know if it's going to cut out. If it does, that's a wrap for the day, and I'll be live tomorrow. But I wanted to speak on her joint because she was one of the people that I was trying to play. Bro, on one hand, she said that she has a mental illness. And he asked her, well, who diagnosed you? And she said, me and my doctor team. And then she said that she couldn't, because of capitalism, she's ill. And I guess because she doesn't have the money. But then she says that she didn't have the money or whatever to get the results or whatever. And then she went on to say that she couldn't afford a specialist. So she said she got diagnosed, but she wasn't able to get the results. It was just mad confusing, like where you don't know. I just think that she diagnosed herself to say that she has a mental disorder, but she really doesn't. She was talking perfectly fine. She didn't seem like bro, stuff like that is serious because there's people out here that really do have mental illnesses. You know what I'm saying? And they not faking it and blaming it on capitalism. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the health. I can agree. The healthcare system is trash. It's fucked up in America. I can agree with that. You know what I'm saying? 100%. But at the same time, he offered to also pay for it, and she said, yeah. And then all he said was, well, let me also get a psychologist to to basically evaluate you and oh no. Like, what? Like, bro, these people are crazy, bro. And he did. I'm gonna see what other videos he play, but we should be good though because playing his podcast is good. So, but it's when he went to the cut with that show or whatever. I don't know what's up with that show. Like, I've showed a video before and it had no issues, so it's weird.
I said the only people are. The only people who are criticizing me are capitalists, so it makes it really easy to laugh at them. Their only gotcha for me is that I'm disabled and mentally ill. Good one, guys. And I have a septum piercing.
She's definitely mentally ill. I'm going to go out there on a limb and say that she's actually mentally ill.
I agree with you.
She might be.
I feel for her.
Yeah,
But it is kind of weird. It is kind of weird though that you're like as if you were gonna find a psychologist that's gonna be a different. Like no, I just want to find out what's the mentally ill because I mean we're all kind of a little crazy. But
I'm
I wanna,
doxing her parents. Sue me.
Yeah.
Can I make one point?
Yeah.
If these kids are for communism, what makes them think they get to pick their own medical experts? Has anybody been to Canada? Not that it's communist. I'm just saying,
That's a good point.
socialized medicine. Like you don't pick your doctor. It's a disaster. You get who you get. I'm confused. Does she even understand what she's fighting for? She's not going to let you pick the expert. But in any socialized medicine, you are given what you're given. Period.
Do you think she was like that at 10 years old? Do you think she was like that at 5 years old?
No.
No.
Or do you think she became like that?
She became that.
So what causes her to become like that?
Oh, I think she's got a screwed up home life boss.
That's it.
And
100 enablement society.
Yeah.
The wrong parents.
And I feel
enable
terrible
her.
about that. But
Breaks my heart when I'm sitting in the room. You know, all I'm thinking about, this is someone's kid.
Yep.
This could be one of my relatives' kids. I'm sitting in front of watching these guys. And of course, they don't even realize this is their job resume for the rest of their lives. You don't ever, this is 2025. It's done. If I'm sitting in front of that guy and one of my employees from HR comes up and shows a picture and says, hey, do we want to hire this guy? Here's what he said. You know what? This is a resume. It's permanent. It's not temporary. While she's saying, but to me, I don't think you become like that. Here's another one, by the way. This one, I offered her to renunciate her citizenship, and she wasn't too happy about it. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
To be free, but that's why I'm anti-capitalist.
Well, maybe you ought to
That
move
is
to
why
North
I'm
Korea or
anti-capitalist because
Cuba or
capitalism
Venezuela.
removes that choice. There is no real incentive of capitalism because the incentive is survival. When you get into communism, the incentive is for the common good.
I love that. I got an offer for you before we move on. If I were to give you your $2,350, which is the cost to renunciate your citizenship, and I paid you your first class, flight to whatever communist country, and $20,000 to spend
Name
the
me a
money,
communist country.
would you give up your citizenship to
Name
go
me
to
a
that
communist country and I'll move
Whichever
out there.
communist country you want to go to.
yeah,
Cuba,
name-
we
that's
can give
not
you
a communist
Venezuela,
country.
we give you North Korea, any one of those you want
Those
to go
aren't
to.
communist countries. Not
Choose any one of them, I'll give you one-way ticket, and I'll fund it for you if you want to.
That's it.
I
like to be.
She couldn't name a communist country.
Yo, bro. And not only he said he was going to pay for you to basically denounce your citizenship, he was going to pay for the plane ticket to go anywhere you want, any country you want that you feel as though is better than the United States of America, and give you $20,000. He was going to give you 20 grand. So shit, you go to the right country, you fuck around and be rich. There, you know what I'm saying? You fuck around and be able to buy a whole fucking, build a whole house, and you be they be fronting, bro. This is proof. This is prime example of she styling, she fronting, she acting like America is this bad place. And listen, bro, every country has their shit to them. Every one of them has their shit to them. Everything in life has pros and cons to it. So yes, does America have a fucked up history and all of that shit? Of course, we know. You know what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter is, we're here. We in this game of life and we living in it. So at the end of the day, like, you got to make the best of it. You got people that's in the United States shitting on the United States, where they're from, holding up Mexican flags and all types of shit, burning the American flag. But yet they She had an opportunity. You hate this country so much. You had an opportunity. He was going to pay for it and give you spending money and give you money to start off. $20,000. You thought she would have took it.
Okay, so I'll give you the
Negative.
list. Go. That's so funny.
Oops. No, I look at this and look what happens when you try to take away their blankie. That girl that's mentally ill really, it's easy to laugh and point. But what was the first comment I make? It says, I'm doxing her damn parents and you can come sue me. Because that is a valuable person under there that somewhere along the way was enabled and believed that she's mentally ill. And now she has a persona represented by her makeup and the image she projects. And her condition is her blankie. That gives her the ability to be who she is. If you take that away, she has to be accountable in a world where you have to, support yourself and do things. And she will not give up that blankie. But she ended up with it because of the way her parents did. This person, Pat, very eloquently just says, "Okay, tell you what, I'll give you the fee. Take up your citizenship, and here's 20 grand when you get there, see how long that lasts, and here's a first-class ticket, pick a country." And all of a sudden she stammers because now you're going to take away her blankie. She can't sit and just howl at the moon.
She gonna say, name the communist country. The one you want to go to. The one that you think is better than the United States.
About capitalism sitting there right now. She would have to go to a communist country and howl at the moon about something. And then the police would come do a drum solo on her head, right? So it's like, she's not going to like how it works in real communist countries. Now go to City Hall and complain. They're like, what is up with you? Bah, 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 bah.
Here's my impression of what happened during Jubilee. You have someone named Patrick Bet-David who had a 1.8 GPA, father worked at a 99-cent store, came from Tehran, Iran, and yet still is optimistic about the future. Then you have all these kids who are born in California who are arguing in a pessimistic standpoint. And it just sounds like this. I believe in you. You can do this. Well, no. Life's not fair. No. I know life's not fair, but pull yourselves up. You can do this. Stop telling me what to think. Stop telling me what to feel. At some point, these people are lost. If you want to understand why California is broken, look no further. If you tried to put 20 people in a Jubilee type setting in Florida, my opinion is you couldn't get 20 of these people to show up. California has raised mentally ill, trans, anti-American communists, and they're just all over the place in California. You can get them at the snap of your finger. You couldn't do this.
Leave Newsom out of this.
The biggest takeaway I had from this, it's easy to find the mentally ill girl who, is clearly insane at some capacity. It's easy to find the trans person and that obviously they have some major issues. To me, the one that stood out, there was this tall, 6'4", good-looking white kid who played victim. It's like, how are you playing the victim, guy? You're a good-looking, tall, white kid in America. And at some point, not even this kid. This kid wouldn't take a job if his life depended on it. But they just have this overall victim mentality that is unshakable, no matter what.
I guarantee you talk about the white boy that got dreads on.
You say. So you can try to help them, but they won't help themselves.
Julia.
Okay, well, I think you've got a convergence of two cultural problems. The first one is we are infantilizing citizens, period. Everybody is a victim. And I've seen this for a while, whether you're overweight, whether you're a person of color, whether you're a young person, everybody's a victim. And they love the narrative at first because you don't have to take any agency. But I absolutely think this is by design, and I have for a while, because when you make somebody a victim, you fundamentally disempower them to make a change. So you're incapacitating our citizens, right? At the same time, you do, and we have to give a little credit to this fact. It is harder for kids today. Inflation is insane. It's outpacing the amount that they're making. They can't afford a house. They can't afford to have kids. It seems like democracy can be bought. And it isn't just these kids who seem a little crazy on this Jubilee. There's a YouGov poll that we actually covered on Her Take, and I can't remember the percentage. I think it was like 20%, Rob, of young kids today are favorable towards communism, not democratic socialism. It was communism. So why? You definitely have a system that is being exploited.
I think most people, use these words and don't really understand what they're saying. I think they use communism and, oh, I want to live in a socialist country and, have everything. Like, I don't know. I don't think they really understand the things that they be talking about, to be honest. I think they just want to sound like, they just want to go against the norm of what's been going on for literally fucking centuries. And they just think it sounds cool, I guess. I don't know.
I think that's happening. I think we have to acknowledge that and look to reform it, which kind of goes back to what I was saying. When we're fighting with each other, nobody's really paying attention to who's manipulating and pulling the strings. And I think those exact same people are infantilizing these kids on purpose. So they feel incapacitated and incapable of doing anything while simultaneously turning us all on each other.
Yeah, so imagine the part for me was, what are professors teaching in universities? Like, I almost want to find out who their favorite professor was and do a panel with them and talk to them and say, what are you doing? What are you doing bashing these people with the dreams that they may have? Families are spending $200,000-$300,000 to send their kids to school to get this? To get this to happen to their brains, to be brainwashed like this?
I want to see, because I want to know if he played this one video with this one dude. It had shut off when I don't think they play anymore. Let me see. Yeah, I think that's it. I think they pretty much have a conversation at this point. I was hoping they played this one guy. Damn, nah, they didn't. They didn't, but anyway, they played the two. It's cool. But basically there was this other guy. There was the other guy on my last one. It ended. It shut the stream off, but it was a white dude. He had like red hair. He was just like a prime example of just like what you just don't want to be, bro. Super victim. Like, he blamed like his family, probably dying of old age and just, I don't know. But, the shit that he was saying was out of control. But it's a lot of people who think like him, man. Unfortunately, man, I just tell people like this, bro. We in the game. This is a game. This is the game of life. We in it. So to not care about certain things that literally, like, reflect your life, like, a lot of people don't care about politics in the hood. Cool. I used to be one of them. And I'm not saying that I care about it to the point where it's like I'm consumed with it every day. No, I still watch, stay in tune with what's going on in hip hop. I still stay in tune with, my podcast and shit like that, see what's going on and everything like that. But at the end of the day, these people that you elect in the office control the laws, the regulations. They control pretty much the taxes, every narrative of the reason why our lives are the way it is right now. You know what I'm saying? In America. The Democrats are the reason why people want to be socialists, to be honest. But they just don't understand what comes with that. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, it's easy for somebody who's broke, who don't want to make money, who just wants to stay home and collect checks. It's easy for them to want to live in that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? But for people who want more out of life than just fucking bitching all day and complaining about what they don't have and shitting on people who are successful because they actually took initiative in their life to actually work hard and create something, or just move up the ladder at their, whatever business that they're in and shit like that. There's people that started off on the fries at McDonald's and now they the VP. You know what I'm saying? So that's people who are always striving for more. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm a firm believer in. Is like, listen, money ain't the end all be all. It's plenty of people with money that's miserable, because that's not the true fulfillment for men or women. You know what I'm saying? We think it is. We think if we get all of this money, yeah, you might be happy. You know what I'm saying? But once you get enough money, it's like everything is just like regular. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I don't care. Everybody has wanted something so bad. Car, whatever. Like, yo, man, shit, man, I'll be good if I just get this. And then you get it. And then you realize, like, yeah, it's regular. Because it is. It's just material shit, bro, that everybody is out here chasing. You know what I'm saying? But it's only so many watches you can wear. It's only so many bags you can obtain. There's only so many, you know, clothing lines that you can put on your body. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we to the point where you just become a slave to material shit. You know what I'm saying? When, you know, the real fulfillment is family. You know what I'm saying? Like, giving back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's like the ultimate goal is to become successful, to make sure your family's straight, you know, to put your family in a better situation, to, you know, create opportunities for others. So, because you got plenty of people out here, like, I would say I'm one of them. You know, I'd have made my fair share of mistakes, but I'm a motherfucker that, you know, is an opportunity away from being successful. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's all a person need is that little push. You know what I mean? And then boom, they off. Because motherfuckers already got the drive, they got the hustle, they innovative, they got the creativity, but sometimes you just don't got the capital. You know what I mean? And that's life. It is what it is. But you're still able to maintain and make it happen. You know what I'm saying? I tell people, you know, like, people will see you and they'll see that, you know, you got this or got that, and they assume that you ain't struggling like they is. Like, nah, bitch, I struggle too. You know what I'm saying? It's just that I'm invested in I'm invested in becoming successful. My ultimate flex in life is being able to create a lane for myself to wake up every day and do what I want to do. I don't gotta be a million. I don't even gotta be a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? You know, is the goal financial freedom? Yeah. But financial freedom for me is being able to wake up every day and make money doing what I want to do, creating my own job, my own lane. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm chasing. You know what I'm saying? If I can create a way to where I'm making enough money to, you know, my man, I see potential in him, and, he might want to start a cleaning business or something, and be able to give him that little $5,000, startup. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes all a person need, bro, is that little 5,000, a little 10,000. Now, I'm not into, just giving out money for no, you know what I'm saying? Nah, fuck all that. Motherfuckers work hard for their money. You ain't got motherfucking like, yo, what you eat don't make me shit, man. That's why I'm happy. I don't got no hate in my blood. Like, when people are successful, I'm genuinely happy for them. I'm not wishing on their downfall. I ain't hoping that, they fall off or wishing bad on them or being like, at the end of the day, bro, motherfucker don't owe you shit, bro. And you wasn't there. Most of the time, motherfuckers wasn't there when a nigga was grinding, when a nigga had them sleepless nights creating and doing what he got to do. You know what I mean? But, hey, man. I'm going to tell you this, though, to end it off, man. That victim mentality shit is literally a road to nowhere. You will never be successful having that type of mentality, bro. Because, bro, you ain't the only motherfucker out here struggling, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then the motherfuckers, they really be shitting on niggas that's, the billionaires and millionaires. Like, so what, bro? So what? And then they shit on niggas who, motherfucker that, like a Bronny James. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what? Bronny James, listen, he ain't even asked to be in the world. You know what I'm saying? Just so happened he was born and, he came out of fucking LeBron James fucking nutsack. You know what I'm saying? It ain't his fault. You know what I'm saying? But what's wrong with LeBron making sure his kids is set up and good and making sure they got a head start? So what? That's what he worked hard for. You're supposed to do that. That's nepotism. It is what it is. Like, stop fucking hating. You know what I mean? Because if it was you, you surely wouldn't give a fuck. You surely would be happy. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody is born into this. But that's what make you you. You know what I'm saying? Look at Wallow. 20 years in the Bing, fucking fucking lifetime criminal, did 20 joints, came home. Look at him now, multi-millionaire, eating, chewing. You know what I'm saying? Because the nigga got the job, he got the hustle, and he know what he want. So it's not like it's not obtainable, bro. But anyway, man, I'm just ranting, and that's the end of the show, man. It's your boy SL550, man. This is the N.G.L.A. live YouTube channel, and make sure y'all tap in with me tomorrow, man. You know what I'm saying? Hope today was a good show, man. If it was, make sure y'all like, share, comment. Also, hit that subscribe button for me. I truly, truly do appreciate it. Holla at you.
Millionaire thoughts, billionaire dreams. I know niggas who played ball and gave it up for lean.
Millionaire thoughts, billionaire dreams, but my account in overdraft, I'm about to scream.
Rich man greed,
a poor man prayers.
Every man bleeds,
but look how God made us.
Too many losses, it's only right that we win. Yeah, I made a promise I'm never gonna lose again.